Hi everyone. So I'm Jay Anthony, as you all know, and so honestly, just a few months ago, I started talking with a mentor that had got involved with me and came to the discussion that maybe business is what I should go to. I really started looking into it, and you can really turn anything you want into a business, and so you can do what you love and still make money. So basically, that would be my message to all of you here today. Be independent. Basically, what we're doing now is trying to get kids to really find these tools that could help them get to where they need to go. I want to introduce a really great person. Without further ado, Kassandra.
So I'm gonna just explain how I got involved with the organization, and I'm 27 right now, but I've been involved since I was 13. So I come from Puerto Rico, but I come from another island called Vieques. So just for you to understand more or less how Vieques is, it's a very small island. There's 10,000 people. We're last in education, we are first in teen pregnancy rate, we're first in STDs, the school dropout rate is extremely high. So basically you think about all the good things, how you measure how well a town is doing. All the good things were last, and all the bad things were first. So we have it all upside down. My parents didn't go to college. I have no idea what college is. So when I'm a senior, my mom asked me, wait, are you planning to go to college? Because I do not have money to go to college. So that's the first moment I'm realizing, wait, college is not an automatic thing. College does not just automatically go after high school. You have to actually plan, and you have to actually pay for college, or you have an option to either go or not. So I did not understand this until it was like too late. So it's important that you understand what you need to do now, so you can use that in your benefit when you're ready to actually do something about it. At that moment, I was 12, 13. My best friend, we were always together, everywhere. We were too shy. And we would be quiet. You would ask us a question, we would answer with the head, yes or no. We would not talk at all. And her mom was like, maybe some modeling classes will help you guys to get out there and be outgoing and make some more friends. So she signed me up with her daughter to this modeling class. In this course, I was selected to be part of like a modeling competition, and there we have something called Job Saturday. I was introduced to the vice president of L'Oreal, and she also co-founded the top modeling agency in Puerto Rico. So I get to spend a whole day with this person that does exactly what I wanted to do, and I get to see if it is actually something that will work out, what I need to do to make that happen. So I was introduced to a lot of people in the fashion industry, to a lot of designers, a lot of models, and I started to get into it and try to understand how the industry works. So at the end of the day, one thing led to another. I was in a competition called Elite Model Look. I was second finalist there. I was signed by the agency, and I just started working. So then, all of a sudden, I'm 14 years old, and I was able to work with different brands, like clothing brands, and showcase designers' fashion. So I was in Fashion Week in Puerto Rico, and you go to a pharmacy, and I was in the covers of some magazines there. Then I was able to create some workshops for some young girls that wanted to do something similar. I will help them feel better about themselves. We did headshots. Some people want to be actresses, some people want to be models, so that you need a headshot in order to go to castings and things like that. So it was a lot of fun. But at the end of the day, I was involved in modeling for a few years, and then I was like, wait a second. I kind of want to do something else. Dreams change. Every day we change. Every day we learn something new. Like today, you're not going to be the same person today as you're going to be tomorrow. Like every single interaction you have with someone will add something to your head. You will change an opinion. You will change the way you see things. You will change the way you judge things or people. So your dreams are also, you're allowed to change your dreams. You're allowed to change your goals. So modeling was my personal dream, but then it became a stepping stone to another bigger dream I had. So no one in my family graduated college at all. I'm applying to college, and then people don't, where do I get help from? Like my mom doesn't know, my aunts don't know, no one that I was involved with in my personal life went to college. So I was able to apply to college, and I studied business. My family has always been involved in business. We used to print T-shirts, Silkscreen Printing Company. We used to have that business when my dad was alive. My dad passed away when I was 11. So it's been always something that I always saw myself somehow kind of continuing what my dad used to do. So I'm very crafty and very creative. At the end of the day, I think somehow I'm gonna end up doing something creative and being able to create a brand from whatever I decide to make. So yes, I went to college, but the only way I was able to pay college, like remember my family doesn't have any money, I did not, there's in Puerto Rico University, like when you go to college, it is not that expensive. But for me coming from Vieques, it is very, very expensive. I would have to move. So I have to take a boat and move to the mainland where I don't know anyone, where I do not have a car. I do not even have emergency. Like I cannot call my mom and say, oh, I don't have any money, because she's not gonna be able to help me. So modeling was at the end a tool that I could use to be able to pay myself through college. It was giving me everything I needed in order to be able to graduate. So I was very lucky that I was able to kind of figure that out before I graduated high school. That allowed me to graduate, basically. Like I don't know how I would have done it if I didn't figure that out before. So there are some tools that other people can use, like scholarships, or they have help from their parents, or their school is not that far from home. So you have to take advantage of those tools that you have right now. So if you're able to go to a school that is near home and you don't need to pay rent, that is the way to go. You're in charge of your story. It's like we're each a book. So think about, you're a book, right? So you're writing your own story. How do you want people to see you? How do you want your story to be like? When someone is referring to you, like, oh yes, I know Stella, what do you want this person to think about when they're describing you? You have the power of controlling that. Who you want to be, what do you want to do in life. So think about what makes you happy. And that should be your focus in life. And then how can you do what makes you happy and in the same time do that for a living? I think if you figure that out, that's going to be amazing. So entrepreneurship basically gives you everything you need. Like it doesn't matter what you want to be in life. If you know the basics of entrepreneurship, then you're going to be able to apply entrepreneurship to anything you love. And even if that's not the final goal, maybe you do not want to be a business owner. Maybe you don't want to have your own business. But you can apply entrepreneurship now to be able to do what you want to do. So when I was in school, there was a protest for the U.S. Navy to leave the island. We were sick. Like a lot of people have health issues because of the Navy and things like that. So me and my dad make these buttons. We just had a message with things about Vieques and how we love Vieques and kids and what our opinion is about the U.S. Navy, what they're doing to our land and things like that. So we just sell them for $1. And that's how I got my plane ticket to go to Chicago to this exhibition. That's how I paid for all the food. That's how I bought everything I needed for this trip. So I had to go, okay, there's this trip. I really want to go, but my parents don't have the money to just pay the plane ticket like that. So me and my dad were sitting trying to figure it out, and my dad is like, well, maybe we can make something. And he saw somewhere the button idea, and we just made them together. And it was a little project. We used to do it every Sunday. And at the end of the day, like that, just buttons. That helped me I didn't even need anything from anyone. I had all the money I needed for that trip. I went on a week trip with other kids from my school, and it was awesome. And that's it. So you can apply that to anything. So you need to try to figure out a little plan in order for that to work, and it's gonna be like stepping stones, okay? So we're gonna work on a flag of me, which is like, we're gonna make a button, but it's gonna be more for yourselves, just for you to kind of like, you can draw, you can write, you can do anything you like, anything that represents you. Like, you know how a flag represents a country, and then everything that is in there has a meaning. So let's just do a flag of yourselves. So anything you want, okay? So I'm gonna pass this along. So you're gonna find some circles, some markers. What else will you need? Scissors. So while you work on the flag of me, maybe I can chat with you guys. So right now I work at a website. We buy and sell designer handbags. So I was the first employee there. I started with an internship, and now I'm head of operations of the whole company. So I'm head of the department. So I manage a team of 20 people. They're young, just like me. And this is part of my plan to be able to reach my goal. I want to have my own business, and I want to have my own brand. The experience I'm getting by working on my current job is that it is e-commerce, and I'm learning how a website works and how everything, the operational side of everything works.
My dream actually, right now, at the moment, is to go to the Navy. So to go to the Navy, I have to have smarts, and I know I need to be strong.
I kind of wrote anesthesiology because I want to go into anesthesiology.
So this is my flag. I want to be a midwife, but I want to do it in the Air Force.
I have a stethoscope inside of a heart because I want to become a cardiovascular surgeon.
I'm the most indecisive person, so I either want to work for the FBI as a forensic scientist or own my own restaurant.
What I want to do is to be a forensic scientist. And I drew this flag because when I think of growing, like I think of a flower and how it develops, and now I'm slowly developing into the person I'm becoming.
I made a button that says I am iconic. And I made glasses like for fashion because I like to do modeling and acting. And I made a stethoscope because I want to be a doctor, like specifically a radiologist.
My name is Kayla, and I have two flags. This one is it just says create, inspire, and learn. And it has a stethoscope because I want to be an obstetrician. And then this is another goal that I have, and it's to be a kindergarten teacher.
My dream is to have my own clothing company and start my own store in New York City. So I have Bluff Clothing.
My dream is hopefully one day to, like, whatever I do, whatever it may be, somehow I come back and really, give back to the city that made me who I am.
So that's basically how it works. You don't have to, it's not that complicated. You do not have to go and have a master's in business to understand the business process. So you can Google, you can understand what the basics are, you can have a business plan. Maybe buttons is not what you're gonna do in life, but maybe it's gonna help you. And after you sell those buttons and after you buy your computer, now you're able to work on that computer on whatever it is that your real goal is. So that applies to everything. Think about anything and think how that will be applied to that. It's gonna work regardless of what it is. So if you want to raise funds for a school trip, you want to raise funds for a school organization, you want to, I don't know, maybe Girls Inc. Wants to have buttons that say Girls Inc. and they want to buy pizza for everyone. They can do that,